Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. I want to talk about the snore fest that was the Chargers Patriots game. Wow. Yeah, Q Snorlax. That was absolutely abysmal. 2 field goals, got the dub. Anyways, we saw some life out of Quentin Johnston, so that was very positive. But at the end of the day, guys, there's still a couple more drops. Very sloppy game. We got the W. We are still in playoff contention, albeit very thin. Let's get into it. Bull Bros! Okay, folks, like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content. I'm Andrew Bopros. Again, we did see some life out of Quentin Johnston. Look, he's got some improvements to do. You know that. I know that. Hell, he knows that. Look at him right now. He's clearly frustrated about his performance. Missed balls, missed opportunities, all but there were a lot of drop balls. I think there were 5 or 6 drop balls this game, so it wasn't a pretty game to say the least. Herbert had an okay game. It's pretty bad when special teams pretty much wins you the game. But it is what it is, guys. It was an ugly football game, right? It is what it is. Quentin, again, looked better. But look at the rain. Precipitation clearly causes problems. There's something wrong with Eckler, guys. I want to have a discussion with you guys. What is going on with him? You guys think he's tanking the season? Do you think he's just not trying? Guys, I'm in favor of benching him right now at this point, or at least making Kelly the number 1 running back and seeing what he can do, because Eckler's been horrible, right? So I want to hear your thoughts on this. I mean, I think Kelly should get more touches. I think he's, putting the effort forth. Again, we've got to evaluate where he's going to go moving forward. But look, I just Eckler, for whatever reason, it's just looking so bad. So anyways, what are your thoughts on that? And again, it's a little bit puzzling about the Elijah Dotson being released this week as well. Don't understand what happened there. Very odd, in my opinion, but also, where's Isaiah Spiller? Who knows, right? So it's just running back room is a bit perplexing to me. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. So let me know your comments down below. But Dicker the kicker got us 2 field goals. 1 is the game. I mean, good for him. Awesome. And this man right here had amazing punts, right? He had 7 punts, I believe, within the 20-yard line. 1 on the 1-yard line, guys. He was an absolute weapon, and he got a game ball. And he's been amazing. Special teams has been incredible, guys. You got guys like Dean Marlowe, people we picked up off the waiver wire. They're stepping in and contributing to this team. It's been interesting because this team has so much talent and the ability to be so successful, and yet we're still picking up pieces during the season to fill in the gaps of players that have been injured. So it's been good. And this guy's a great example. Hollins, he did a great job. Got a tackle or sack, I should say. Looked pretty good out there, man. So I'm excited that we're still going out and getting players. We're still trying to get, fulfill needs, right? Say what you want to say about Brandon Staley. By the way, I'm going to have a video, direct conversation from TMZ, Antonio Gates, talking about Brandon Staley, where this team is. And I think it's a great summation of where I really think this team is now and potentially where we could go. So, but it's good to see the defense finally play well, guys. Guys, we've only given up 20 points in 2 games. Obviously, we shut out the Patriots. Not a great offense, great defense, horrible offense. But at the end of the day, guys, the offensive line's looking good. Dean Leonard's been picked on quite a bit. Clearly, if you're another team, you're going to try and pick on him as much as possible because he's the new guy, right? It is what it is. But folks, overall, Tuli's looking great. Mac is having a blowout season. It's absolutely incredible. So it's exciting to see this team be as successful as they have been. So let's talk about Antonio Gates. Again, great up to this point, right? So let's talk about Gates. I'm curious to see what Gates thinks about Brandon Staley and maybe potentially Bill Belichick coming to the Chargers, because there are some different theories of thought on this. And he also talks about how Brandon Staley, can potentially motivate this team to be a little bit better. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'll pause it a couple times and we'll go for it. So TMZ Sports. Don't like TMZ, but we'll see.
The Chargers head coach has been losing games. He shouldn't be losing.
Right.
They want him,
shouldn't be losing because we're so talented.
A new head coach. Is it time to move on from this Chargers head coach?
Okay.
I don't personally think so.
How come?
Just because the relationship he has with the players. I'm big in can you get the guys to
Player
play
coach.
for you?
Yeah, and you feel like he's developed
I feel like Staley has developed a rapport with the players, and I believe in that particularly because I've been in that locker room, being able to motivate guys to play for you and being able to have a continuity with the guys that he has. That's, to me, that's one of the very important things as a head coach.
Is there anything that you?
Okay, so that's a great point. And that's one thing about Brandon Staley. I actually like him very much for this because I think he is very good at communicating with players and players respect him. Again, we can argue all day that he's lost the locker room and whatever, but these guys are still out there battling, right? They're still out there pushing very hard. And, look, what kind of coach would you like? Would you like a micromanager, or would you rather have a player coach? Ask yourself that question. Most of the time, people would not want a micromanager. That's Bill Belichick. We're going to talk more about that here in a second. Currently, he's going to say, well, what would you do differently to make this team win? Because that's what everyone wants, guys. Everyone wants us to win. You know that. I know that. Hell, Antonio Gates wants that, right? He's been in that locker room. He knows these guys. But we're not playing to our level. We're playing down to other people's levels. We're struggling. It's mind-boggling when you sit back and think. And it's so easy to blame the head coach. Trust me. If you were on our live yesterday, we were blaming Brandon Staley a whole lot. We were talking about who we should bring in as a head coach. So let's see what Antonio Gates has to say about what it would take for us to potentially get this team going the right direction.
You think he should be doing to turn it around?
Well, I mean, I think, I'm sure they're doing all they can. And like I said, I'm around. I'm always at all the games. So I think health has always been an issue for us.
Yeah.
Historically.
Yeah.
Just making sure the right guys are healthy.
You know that.
Most of our superstar guys are not healthy. And in this league, it's that who can be the healthiest the longest.
If there's someone that...
So that's a really good point, guys. And again, I don't want to understate this enough. Losing Mike Williams early in the season was a backbreaker. It sucked, right? He has a very unique set of skills. And again, you guys know that I've not been a big fan of re-signing him. And I think the reason why that is he's getting older and he's expensive, right? Salary cap matters at some point in the NFL. Secondarily, we lost Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer, say what you want to say about Josh Palmer, but he is a very good wide receiver. I promise you, if Josh Palmer was healthy, he'd be having big games, at least matching what Keenan Allen is or close to what Keenan Allen's getting. So losing those two guys has been horrible. And Alex Erickson stepped up. Obviously, Quinton's trying to get better, but again, he's a rookie, right? I promise you the conversation, like the same conversation we had with Dayon Henley, is, hey, look, you're coming to a good room, right? You don't need to be the number one guy right now. I think mentally, Quinton never really put himself in the spot of the number one wide receiver. Zay Flowers had to do that. Some of these other wide receivers had to. Jordan Addison now has to do that with the Vikings because, Jefferson's out, right? So these are all different situations. Quinton's in a different situation with the Chargers, right? So again, I think it's affecting our scoring ability with these wide receiver injuries that we consistently keep getting. So interesting conversation. Now he talks about Bill Belichick, and I'll wrap up the video.
Could replace him, who would it be?
I mean, I hear rumors, like you all hear rumors, but
Plenty of rumors.
What are the rumors you're hearing?
I hear Belichick. I hear different guys.
Would Belichick be good for that team?
I think Belichick is a proven historical winner. Why wouldn't he be good for any team?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how the old school coaching would transition now.
Yeah.
I come from that, old school mentality, but I don't know, does these guys commit to that style of play? I'm not sure. I don't know. But we do know what we know is that he's a proven winner. I just don't.
Yeah, so that's enough. I don't want to show too much of that. Yeah, and again, he is a proven winner. But again, he's a very completely different type of head coach. Again, Brandon Staley's more of a player coach, good relationships with players. Bill Belichick's like, no, you're not my friend. We're here to win games. And shut up and do what I'm telling you to do. That doesn't work for a lot of people, right? So, guys, there's just a lot to discuss on this, guys. And at the end of the day, folks, guys, we got a W. We got a W. The next game is the Broncos. Now, I'm going to say this right out of the gate. I have no idea what to expect this next game. Which Charger team is going to show up? Are we going to see an offensive juggernaut in Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen's going to blow things out the water, and Quentin Johnston's got this explosive game? Who knows? Defense going to step up. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine, guys. But look, if there's a positive, okay, we are still in the playoff conversation, sort of. But we got to take care of business with Denver. We need to win that game, get some momentum, and keep stacking them. Guys, the rest of the season is playoff. This is playoff football, guys. This is 100% playoff football. We need to see wins all the way through. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts. Agree or disagree with me. Andrew Bolbros, see you guys in the next one.